I'm actually so excited to see you
I'm
because
excited to see you as
last
well.
time we met, it was before your surgery.
Yeah, a bit, like a month or so.
And a month. Oh, wow. And
I think so. Month or like 2 months.
wow, because you're glowing. And I've seen on Instagram you've been really enjoying the summer.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and what have been some of the things you've been enjoying doing in the summer?
Well, I've spent a lot of time with friends, family, and just enjoying myself and trying to recover as good as possible. But sometimes it's, hard. Hard to like think about the surgery and what it entails with it. So just trying to enjoy myself.
That's very nice. Do you have you found any new hobbies this summer or something you've been enjoying to do?
Actually, this summer was the first time I tried padel. So it's been like a national sport of Estonians for a long time. So I was really like scared, but I now understand why people enjoy it. So that was the only thing, I guess.
That's very nice. But let's go a little bit back and tell me about your health and kind of your childhood a little bit, maybe if you want to.
Yeah, sure.
And what came to the point where you found out you needed a heart surgery?
Well, I was really little. I was 2 weeks old when they discovered that one of the valves was like malfunctioning, but it didn't affect me up until I would say like 16 to 18 years old. So that was the time I went to my cardiologist and she said that, you might have to have a surgery to fix that. But she didn't know the time frame for that. So and then a couple of years went by. Last autumn, I went to the cardiologist again. And then she said, like, you should do it. And you should do it quite soon because the aorta was, widened to the extent that was requiring a surgery. So.
Oh, wow. It must have been frightening, actually, to hear that. How did you feel when, me as well, I've been going to the doctors when I was a kid, but the moment when they tell you that you need the surgery is like, it's just confusing, like, what the hell? I've been just coming to this doctor's appointments just casually, and going out, but all of a sudden they're like, oh, you have to kind of stay now.
Yeah, exactly. It was really frightening because the first time she said that, I was like, I think 19 years old, and I've just like graduated high school and, trying to enjoy my life, trying to get into universities and start my life. But I was quite shocked, to be honest, because, I did know that I have this like defect, that it's from birth, and maybe it needs a surgery, maybe it doesn't, but that was a shocking moment for me, the first one. And the second one now came in autumn. I have made quite good plans for myself for the last year, but I couldn't do any of them because I knew I had to go to surgery soon.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, like, how did you feel like about your life and your, like, let's say school and social life when you knew that you're a little bit different? Did it affect your relationship with others?
Actually, I would say that it didn't affect anything because, I've lived it for now 26 years and I never had any problems with it, never any symptoms, nothing like that. So I just knew that I couldn't be like a professional athlete, but I wasn't going to, so.
Yeah, I'm kind of similar to me.
But other than that, I wouldn't say that it affected me in any way. Before the surgery, of course.
Yeah.
But the months leading up to it, it was, quite anxious. I couldn't like... I tried to say very positive about it and after the surgery as well, but still it was frightening. As it should be, I think, for a young person.
Yeah, but whilst you were going the thoughts of having to have a surgery, did you feel like your family supported you? Did you find other people who had similar conditions, or how did you feel? Because I remember so well when I was young and I had like nobody, and I went to the hospital as well, and there were just people like over 60, 70, and I was the only young person. So that's why I felt like extremely like alone. Like, why am I here? I'm not supposed to be here spending my youth in a hospital. And it kind of little bit felt like a few of my years, like especially in 20s when you're just like growing and the best years of your life, you know, they were kind of like taken away from me. Yeah. And sometimes I still little bit feel like that. Like everybody else were just growing into a person, but I was like, I'm just healing.
Yeah, that's understandable, but I also have a quite funny story with that, because when I'm looking for people to like support me before and after the surgery, I just randomly was, after work scrolling on TikTok, by the way. And then, surprise, surprise, I found you. And I was like, wow, I've actually never seen a person who has like a same or a similar condition than me. So first I was surprised. I was like, what? There's another person with a condition like me. And then I started like going through your videos and stuff. And then I was like, wow, okay, we have to connect. And I remember the first
I remember
first
as
time.
well. It is so heartwarming because you actually live so close by as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was shocked. I was like, okay, I've seen like other people from, I don't know, different like countries with like similar conditions, but in Estonia, what? That was a really, really big surprise for me, but also really good, really good way to connect with other people. So I'm really happy.
Yeah, and I'm also very grateful that you connected, because it takes a lot of courage as well to just randomly message somebody about your health and say that. I've been through that as well.
Yeah.
And let's connect, let's meet.
Yeah, exactly. But it was a bit different because I think you've had all of the surgeries by then, and you were like recording or like showcasing the hospital side of things with the recovery and stuff. And I was just like, oh yeah, I've had this defect for like 25 years, but I have no surgeries. I have no symptoms, but I was just like, I think it's a good way to connect. So
I'm so proud of you that you did.
oh, thank you.
Yeah, so last time we met, it was before your surgery.
Yes.
How did you feel? Like, I think you were like just a month away from your surgery, a little
month or two,
little bit less actually. And yeah, how was that life? How did you prepare for your surgery, or what were you expecting? Did you have any fears?
I can't say I didn't have any fears. I was trying to stay really positive and like encourage myself to overcome this big thing in my life, because I've never had a surgery before in my life. I've never broken any bone or anything like that, so it was a first timer for me. But at the same time, there was fear, anxiety, everything regarding that. So I was just trying to stay calm, stay positive, and not think too much of it. I was just trying to, keep up with my friends and family and do like cool stuff before I go to the surgery, like skiing and stuff like that. But I don't know. I didn't have any expectations per se, but it was scary.
Yeah.
Especially the like last remaining 2 weeks before the surgery. And then when they announced that they will postpone the surgery by 2 days, I was so prepared. And I was like, okay, I have to stay calm, stay calm, stay calm. And then they called me and they were like, oh, is it okay if we postpone it by 2 days? And I was like,
oh no.
I'm just like mentally prepared and tried to stay calm and everything. And then I had to wait for 2 more days, which is understandable. But at the same time, when you've prepared that much for a surgery, like mentally, it's a bit harsh.
Absolutely. Oh my God. As much as I saw, at least I think you have really supportive friends and family. So I'm super glad that you do. And as I saw, they were supporting you just before and also when you were at the hospital.
Absolutely. I've never been in a hospital, but I've never had so many friends come to the hospital, and I've never had so much flowers at my home and at the hospital. So I think it's so important that you have like a close circle that always supports you, like apart from the family. But one surprising thing is that it came out that some people who I would have never expected to like write or reach out or offer support or stuff like that. That was really surprising for me. So yeah, I think it's really important to have people that can support you through hard times, and you also figure out the persons that are, the most valuable in your life.
Yeah, exactly. As they say, in your toughest times, you know who are your like best friends.
In your toughest battles, you know who are your soldiers. So.
Oh, so nicely said.
But also, there was this one specific person who I never would have expected to like send me flowers from another country. I think I've told you about that.
Yes.
So that was that was surprising as well, and also very sweet.
It's so nice because if they really want to, they always find a way.
Yes,
So
absolutely, if they wanted to, they would.
yes,
Well, that didn't age good, but
that's
no
okay.
problem.
But let's a little bit talk about your first day going into surgery.
Okay.
Like, tell me about that.
I was written in the day before the surgery, so I had time to like chill with my friends who work at the hospital. So we had coffee and pastries and did cute stuff like that, and just chatted and stuff. And then the night came. I cried a lot because I was so scared. And then in the morning, I was shaved before the surgery, and then I got some funky like vitamin drink before that, and also I think some sedatives already. And then they rolled me into the anesthesiology like cabinet, and they gave me some drugs, and I was out. So, and next time I woke up, I remember it was quite a bit after the surgery, and then I was so like out of my mind, probably because of the drugs, and then I went back to sleep. But the funny story that my friend who works in the hospital, she told me that they invited her to come to my bed because I spoke to the nurses in English. So they were just asking like, is she Estonian or does she speak Estonian, Russian, anything? And she was like, no, she speaks like fluent, like she's native. So why is she speaking English?
Oh my god, it would have been so funny if you started speaking Italian or something.
Absolutely, or like French or like German.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a funny moment, but it's probably because of the sedatives. So I don't know, some unconscious pattern maybe.
Oh well. Do you usually like think in English?
Yes,
or?
I do most
Oh,
of the
okay,
time.
then was probably
Yeah, so I don't know. It was just
that is very funny.
it was just like a funny moment for me. After that, I started speaking in Estonian. So
Okay,
the
good.
nurses were like, "Okay, she's
Just back to normal.
Yeah, exactly."
It's funny. But at least you had your friend over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, most probably you don't remember it,
No.
but your
No.
friend remembers.
I do a bit, and I also know that I spoke to my parents, and they told me after that, you were sounding like tired, but you said yourself that everything went okay, and you're awake, but you're tired, and you're going to sleep. So we didn't talk for long, but they were like really happy to hear from me, like on the day of the surgery. So that was cute.
It is so funny being in that ICU because I also remember only like bits of it. And I remember they tried to give me water, but every time they came to me with water, they said only have a little bit. And I don't know why, but I was in this funky mood that every time they would bring it, it was really nice cold water. I just looked at the nurse and sipped it all and had it all. And she was like, no, don't have it all because it's like you're going to puke it out.
Yeah.
So it's like, every time I did it like 3 times every time I had all of it. And it was so funny. And I remember that.
You were just in a silly, goofy mood.
No, I guess I like really needed the water. And after obviously everything came out, but
Yeah. Okay.
most probably my body needed it. So
Yeah.
just do you. But I remember I was laughing at as well at the nurses.
Yeah. That's what I say. Silly, goofy.
I see you. I'm so glad I remember those.
Yeah. I also have this like little like snippets of the moments, but not everything because I was, very highly sedative.
And most of the time you're just sleeping as well.
Yeah, that's for sure. But they gave me like more and more and more because I tried to wake up all the time. So, but they were like, no, you have to sleep, and I was like, oh, again.
Oh my god, just take some drugs.
Yes, exactly. I tried to wake up all the time, and they were like, no, not today. Please sleep.
But once you got out of ICU, how was the first moments? Or were you still sleeping, or did they make you walk? Like, they did that for me, that they just kept pulling me up and it's like, you need to walk, you need to start moving.
Yeah, well, the first day, like after the surgery, I woke up and then again saw my friends. And the nurses and doctors and everyone greeted me like with good morning, your surgery went well, everything like that. And then they asked if I want coffee, And I was like, yeah, sure. And I was so surprised that they offer coffee like straight after open heart surgery.
Oh, wow. I didn't get that luxury. I'm going to take a little step back.
Yep.
Can you tell me what was done to your heart?
Okay. So basically, they broke some bones from here. And then they opened my rib cage. And then they changed one valve from the effective one to a biological one. We can talk about that as well. And then
it was your mitral valve or aortic and mitral?
Mitral. Yeah,
valve.
I think. I'm hoping I'm not mistaken. But
it's okay. I know sometimes it's better also not to know all the details because I know if you get so deeply into it, you're gonna realize more potentials what can go wrong.
Yeah,
as well.
absolutely.
So I totally understand if sometimes it's better to be ignorant.
Yeah, it kind of is. But anyway, they also changed the aorta because it was so widened, so they made it a bit smaller, so it doesn't burst, which could have ended really badly if it did. So two things, and also they say the anesthesiologist and the doctor said that it was a rather like a bit more difficult surgery. So not the one that they make on a daily basis.
Yeah, not something they expected because I totally understand with ultrasounds and everything you only see maybe 80% of it.
Yeah.
And once you open it up, you
see all of it.
gonna see
absolutely
what's in there. So yeah.
In general, it went well, so I'm happy about it.
Have you also heard from your parents, maybe from your parents' perspective, how did they feel when you were under surgery? Because I know you're just gonna be out and know nothing. Also for me, I think I was in last time surgery for 10 hours, which was supposed to be way less, I think.
Like a couple of hours.
Yeah, a couple of hours, but it went to 10 hours. So I'm sure you have a similar story.
Yeah, well, no one slept. My family didn't sleep the days before. My friends didn't sleep. I didn't sleep. So they were really worried, of course, because, it's your child and they're going to surgery. And it's not a common thing to have this defect or to have an open heart surgery in your 20s. So they were worried, anxious, everything. And they were just praying and wishing that everything goes well, and they were really happy when I called them, even when I was like this.
It's so nice. I think I remember my mom said that they were just drinking whiskey because they couldn't handle it. They were just drinking whiskey. I was hearing that later on, I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Especially when you were told that, it's going to take a few hours, and then
10
goes into 10 and saying I didn't even ask if they give any information in between. I'm not sure about that.
Well, mine, I think my parents called the hospital at some point, and then they said that she's still in surgery, but it won't take long anymore. So
every time it's not going to take long. It's not going to take. Everything's okay. I'm pretty sure they're not going to tell the details. Of,
they aren't.
This not going that quick at the moment. We're trying to fix it.
Just give us a couple of hours and we'll call you back.
Yeah. We're on it.
But my parents also said that, Anette, we know that you like to make things easy for you, and you say it's nothing. Yeah, let's do it, and everything like that. But at the same time, they know me and they understand that I was really anxious, as were they. Yeah. So understandable, I think.
Of course, I totally get it, because for me as well, when I went for the surgery, I didn't want to see my mom devastated or something. Yeah. So I was being very not fake positive, but I was trying to be very strong for the others.
Yeah.
And
same.
During my hospital stays as well, I've been extremely strong that I haven't even let my mind go into the thoughts that what I was going through, kind of. So after I got home, and even if sometimes many months later, I realized what I was going through, and I still sometimes have just in the shower I start crying. Yeah. It's I'm just kind of also proud of myself, of all the things I've gone through.
Absolutely.
And just oh my God, how did I manage that? But you just toughen yourself up, and you're just I just have to be tough.
I had a really similar experience because at the time of the surgery and like shortly after, I was like, yes, I'm going to recover and don't worry about me, I'll be fine and everything like that. But in my head, it's going in circles like 2,000 or 200 kilometers an hour. All the thoughts and the anxieties and everything. And yeah, I've now thought that, wow, okay,
Yeah, but it's
you're a
also
top girl.
so important to stay positive because for the body as well, if you start feeding the fears and you're just gonna feel weak. So it's so important that you did that.
Yeah, I'm also a believer that whatever you think in your mind, your body like follows. So manifestation.
That is so good. After you got out of ICU, you had your friends over there.
Yes.
And you started your day off with a coffee.
Yep. And then they like put me to a sitting position, and then I had to stand up. So, but it was quite okayish. I had this like thing. I don't know how to call it in English.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
You just roll around. I remember. I wasn't like the first day when I started going to like do the toilet myself, just walking around with a trolley. I don't know what it's called.
Trolley. Yeah, trolley is the best.
I felt like the surgery I had felt like I was reborn, but also I felt like I could so relate to older people.
Yeah,
like because I see.
Yeah, absolutely.
And at the time, I just like felt like both of those worlds, and I was like, oh my god. I don't know. It was just. Like,
I felt like young and old at the same time.
Yes, exactly. It's like, oh my god, I was reborn, but as a big person.
Because all of the others, it was like an ICU, like the first ICU, and then there's the cardiology ICU. So I went there, and all of the people were like 60, 70 plus.
Yeah.
So I was the only young one there, and I was like, oh, I'm trying to make my walk easier today.
Yeah. That's why I feel that as well. That it's so important to speak about our health, because when you're in the hospital, I also barely saw any
young people.
And it can be quite hard on your mental health. Seeing nobody else your age in the hospital.
Yeah,
and
having the same experience.
Yes. And that's why I was also feeling like I wasn't normal.
Yeah.
Because I shouldn't be 20 in a hospital.
Yeah. That's understandable as well. Yeah. You shouldn't, like, usually. But, things happen, and I've thought to myself that people have conditions which are so much worse, which are like lifelong, and they struggle and they have to take their medicine, or someone who can't walk and stuff like that. So I like to think I had it easy. So
I'm so happy. You're so happy you're feeling confident in yourself.
Trying.
And that you have turned something that was so difficult into your superpower. Really.
Absolutely. That's what I'm trying to do, because I don't know, I've like connected with my emotions and feelings more in the past few months that I have in my whole life. So that's been an interesting experience, I can say.
We're going to get into that a little bit later as well, but I still want to hear it. But I still want to go back to the hospital bit. What was it like, few of the things that helped you during the hospital? Did you have any I remember I started doing coloring, and also I started doing the videos, and that really helped me as well. So did you have any of tiny things?
Not anything like specific, of course, family and friends, as I always say, but
I think you had lots of guests coming over, so you were occupied, kind of.
Yeah, I was a bit tired, not from the guests as such, but also when you're like, I don't know, a couple days out of the surgery, and everyone is like, no, visiting you and bringing you stuff and stuff like that. But I don't know, I didn't have anything specific. I just tried to do my daily walks, and I think when I saw that I'm like trying or getting stronger by each day, that's what made me like more positive about it. I was only there for a week, which is a pretty quick time to leave a hospital, so not much to do there.
I'm glad it went quickly and you recovered quickly from the hospital. How did you feel physically and mentally?
Physically, I just felt like there was something hard, like pushing down here. And also I remember one moment when they tried to do an X-ray of me, and they had this like big plate on the back. And they put me there, and they put me like this. And I was just like screaming, crying, throwing a tantrum because it was so painful. It was horrible. It was, I don't know, I think the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. And after that, they got it done and they left. And then, you know, I had a really bad day that day, like mentally and physically. I think it was the one point where I felt like, why me? And why do I have to do these things here in the hospital? I wanna go home and everything like that. So that was a bit, emotional.
Yeah, but you overcame that.
Yeah, I did. And now I tell it like as a funny story. So
No, I'm so glad.
I'm trying to turn everything around to be positive and think happy thoughts. So about the surgery.
How did that day feel when they told you, okay, you can go home?
Oh, perfect. Oh my God. I missed my dog, first of all. And I just missed, you know, being at home, being with my parents, eating good food. I'm not saying that the food at the hospital was really bad, but yeah, it was kind of like plain. Didn't have any good pasta there. So I really wanted to eat pasta, and that's the first thing I did when I reached home. So incredible day.
A funny thing, when I was in the Finnish hospital, obviously I was quite a long time in there as well, but they allowed me to order food.
Really? Wow. Okay, wow.
So especially when I was in the ICU, I went to the regular room, and then I went back to ICU because my kidneys failed, and I ordered ramen because I was like
delicious.
No, I'm feeling so shit about myself, so I'm gonna order a ramen. It makes me feel better. So I was just like, slipping my ramen over there.
That sounds awesome, to be honest.
It was funny, but yeah, I don't know how they allowed that.
I don't know either, because for me, they were just like, oh, this is your food. This is your one food. You get no more. And I was like, okay, I'm struggling. I want to eat some good pasta and pizza. Please.
Yeah. But as you said, you got home, you saw your dog and your family. Did they have a welcome party for you?
I did a welcome party for myself.
So good.
I think it was, I got out on Thursday, and I think I did the party on Saturday or something like that. And I just gathered all of my friends, and then we ate sushi and, you know, drank bubbles. Not me, of course, but the friends. And we had a really great time. And I could tell all the stories from the hospital and how it went and what was done and stuff like that. Oh, it was really like wholesome.
No,
I was so happy to be back.
So sweet. And how's your life been now? Like after the surgery, your recovery.
Depends. What month are you asking about?
Okay, let's talk about exactly when, like, the first weeks of getting out of the hospital. Obviously, you were off work. You were at home
for a long time.
Yeah.
I was off work for, I think, 4 months in total.
Do you want to tell a little bit what you do as well?
I'm a legal counsel in the financial field, so my work is rather stressful, but I love it. So that's a good thing for me. But anyways, the first months, I think the first weeks were quite okay because I had to sleep in like a straight position like this, because I couldn't sleep on either of my sides. I still sometimes cannot because the recovery is still ongoing. But the first weeks were quite great. I could walk for, I think, like 15 to 20 minutes a day.
That's really good.
Yes. And when the weeks went by, I started to walk more, and then a couple of hours, and sometimes like 2-3 hours.
Building up your strength, which is so important after the surgery.
But I had like a funky chair in my shower, so I just showered sitting. It was so comfortable, but now I've gotten rid of the chair, so now I can stand up.
I can so relate, like especially like the first weeks when you're just like, I don't want to shower. I don't want to having to like extremely slowly just do everything. But it's so important to get back into that. I can do everything myself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I remember I think it was the day I got out of the ICU to the regular room. The first thing I did was long shower. and then I curled my hair and everything just to feel normal again. So
That is so good. That is so good. When I was in hospital for 6 weeks with endocarditis, I started doing hair treatments. I would order myself packages. So they had a packaging machine just outside of the
really? Wow.
hospital in Tartu. And I ordered myself stuff. So I started doing this hair oiling. And I think it's so important to focus on yourself.
Absolutely.
When, like,
self-care and everything.
Yeah, and this small, extremely tiny things I started doing in my bed every morning, and just have this literal, like, extremely little rituals.
Yes, yes, I totally agree. Like making the bed, even if it was hard, and I was just struggling and out of breath and everything, I still like managed to do it. And yeah, it's really relatable. The hair and, you know, like trying to make yourself feel good and look good and everything like that, it really helped to get back to normal.
Yeah,
like,
not letting yourself like down.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, absolutely.
I understand that as well, that sometimes you do start feeling like kind of like sorry for yourself. I have been there as well, where I was constantly like, why me? Why is like when I had nobody else as well to relate to. So I was like, why me? Why am I have to go through this? And I had like, I knew nobody else with the same condition.
Exactly.
So I was like,
Well, for me, luckily I had you, which I could ask all of the questions. So.
I am glad I've been able to help at least a little bit. That's why I keep saying as well, even if I can help one person feel a little bit lighter and a little bit less like
absolutely
lonely in this world with their situation, either physical or mental. It's like so important.
It is extremely valuable for me as well. I think I would have been more anxious and more fearful and everything because of the surgery, but you told me kind of everything I needed to know, so I was quite calm.
Now I'm so glad you're sharing your story.
I'm trying.
Somebody who's in a similar situation now sees there's two people in the same.
Yeah, exactly.
So, at least two. There's two. We know two people.
Two in Estonia. I don't know of any more.
So yeah, no, we're gonna we'll build a community of similar-minded people, and we'll find each other.
Absolutely. I always used to joke because now my heart is fine, but I used to joke that nobody can break my heart because it's already broke.
I used to do the same. And then play some sad song.
Yeah, sad song.
Heartbroken.
Like really like melancholic and stuff, but I'm just trying to turn everything into jokes.
Yeah, and I think that makes us so much stronger.
Yeah, that you can take hard things and make great things out of them.
Yeah, and you can go through hard things.
Absolutely.
And still survive.
Yes.
Even if it's painful and you're still surviving that.
Yeah.
So
I always tell my friends as well that now I only have the excuse like, oh, I can't do something or I can't like go somewhere because I had a heart surgery. Oh. And they're always like laughing about it and saying like, oh, Anette, you again with the surgery card. Stop.
It's really, you can use that.
Yeah, I could. I will probably use that for the rest of my life. So.
Tell me a little bit. And now you are back to work. You've been enjoying the summer. Yes. How is your life now?
My life now is actually pretty great, I would say. Now is, I think, the 5th month after the surgery. And I would say that the last 2 months have been quite great in terms of recovery, meaning that I don't take any like painkillers or medication, like hard medication. And I can move around. I can even bike for 20 long minutes in the rehabilitation like class I go to twice a week. So I would say it's pretty good. It's pretty back to normal-ish. I still sometimes like feel something here, and I try to be mindful like what I do or where I go, and I don't like play sports per se.
Yeah.
But I really would like to. I really would like to.
I just saw you playing paddle. Didn't you play?
Yeah,
or were you just watching paddle?
No, I played as well. I tried.
You don't consider it as sport?
It is a sport. That was a tough one right now. But no, I played.
Take it easy.
Yeah, I'm trying. But I'm more doing stuff that I feel good doing. So I'm trying not to overextend myself like physically and mentally. Yeah. So I'm also taking work like rather slow, I would say. I really enjoy it, and for me it's pretty hard to not be like very passionate and very into it and
But it's
love what I
okay.
do.
You can always use the card you have.
Yeah,
which is
that's
you had
fine.
a surgery. So if anybody complains, you'll be like,
that's my card. That's my surgery card. I cannot do this. Yeah, that's fine. And also, what I'm really, really grateful is that my manager and all of the colleagues have been very supportive.
yeah.
They're like understanding that yes, you go to the rehabilitation and take it easy and don't stress and stuff like that. But me, I cannot do things without passion, so it's a bit difficult.
But when you compare your life like before the surgery and now after the surgery,
Oof. Entirely different in a sense of mental health, I would say the most, because before the surgery and after shortly after the surgery, my mental health was deteriorating. So but now I'm just thinking that if I'm going through like a huge thing like this heart surgery, I could do anything in the world. Like I've been such a dreamer in the past months. I'm trying to think my life around and what I want in life, and just I don't know, take it easy and not so much think about what others expect of me or where should I be by this age or time. And I'm just trying to think more of myself, what I need and what I love and what I want to do. So.
For me as well, after everything, I just feel like even more that you just have this one life.
Exactly. That was my thought.
Yes. And also that I said before as well to you that it doesn't need to be perfect. The things that don't need to be perfect, you're already so unique. Most probably don't need to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll become.
Maybe.
Most probably. But
most probably. That's a good thought. I like it.
But just to enjoy the little things, and you start noticing, like even just a butterfly outside. You notice like
small things,
the small things, and you just go outside, take a deep breath, and you're just like, oh my god, I'm alive.
Yes,
I think
exactly that. I know the feeling.
Yes, I think it's the best feeling that not many of my friends and relatives can relate to, because they've never been through that. Maybe some point Maybe they will at some point. Maybe they can relate, but not as deeply as
exactly
you and me, really.
And also what I've noticed about other people, not friends, I cannot say friends, but some friends as well, is that people in their mind, they have so many limitations. They're like, I would wish to, move to somewhere else, but I also have to have a family and I have a good job here and it is my dream, but I'm not acting on it.
Yeah.
The limitations are just horrible. And I've started to notice that because myself, I try to think everything is possible. Whatever comes to your mind, just go and do it. I had a small limitation as well, the heart surgery, but that was the only one. So now I'm more working towards my dreams.
But I think for me as well, I think for you, it has given back so much more that it has taken away.
Absolutely agree. It is incredible. And also from the mental health side.
Yes.
I went through a lot a couple of months ago, not only because of the surgery, but also the questions who am I and what I want to do in life, what is valuable for me. And I just figured I really need to deal with my mental health. I'm really happy I did it. So now I feel good.
Glad because now I can really see how your mindset has changed. And it's just so wonderful to see from before and now you're just I'm going to live my life to the fullest.
Yes, absolutely.
No matter what other people are thinking.
But it's so hard to describe it or offer the idea of that to someone else because they're, as I said, they have these limitations and I don't have the funds to do this or I can't make it work, and they're just like no, it's not possible. And I'm just like, what the hell? Everything is possible in life. Just do it. Come on.
Have you already made a bucket list or something?
Yes, I did. I did it actually. Now I remember straight after the surgery.
Oh, and then, that is so nice.
And then I haven't checked most of it, but it's still in progress.
It's okay.
I still
You're
have
still
time.
Recovering. You're still doing your rehabilitation.
I'm trying to take it slow, but it's not possible for me.
Maybe write some smaller,
I should.
Little simpler things,
because these ones there are really big, so they need dedication and time and everything. So, but I'm gonna do it. Everything is possible.
Yes, you're gonna be able to do it. if you have something to, sorry, is there something you are able to tell the version of yourself, like your younger self? Is there something you would tell her before, like looking yourself now and back then? Is there something you would tell her?
I would tell her first that she's very strong. She's much stronger than she thinks. And every emotion, every feeling is valid. I would say that don't suppress them. Spend lots of time with your family and friends. Do what you want in life and do it good. Be passionate.
I'm pretty sure this would be something similar you would tell a person that is just going through something like that, is going for their first surgery or this big physical or mental challenge.
I would say that, and I would say ask for help. Ask for help from the people around you. Find people with similar conditions. Ask help from them.
That is very
Be
very good
vulnerable.
advice.
Be vulnerable.
Yeah.
There is nothing bad in being vulnerable. So
Yeah. I think it's brave, very brave to ask for help.
Absolutely.
And just also like notice that you like
Need
in
help.
yourself that you need
Yes.
some support, or like even tell your close people like, okay, maybe I need that extra hug, or like just, yeah, as you said, be vulnerable.
yes, for me it was hard at first to be vulnerable or like show my emotions or show anyone that I might be like weak or I might need support or anything like that. But I'm really happy I did it, because now I feel much better, much more supported. It creates very interesting and very deep conversations between you and your close ones. So I highly recommend doing that.
Yes, you said you have something written down for your younger self.
Just in general, what I will tell the girl, like the little girl inside me. I can read that out loud.
Yes, please do.
Okay, so I wish I could tell her that everything is going to be all right, that she will achieve all of the things that she puts her mind to, that she will survive all of the hardest moments. In her restless, battling mind, and which pieces of her heart changed, that she's not too much or not enough, that she is just right for the right people, that despite everything that life throws at her, she will love wholeheartedly, without conditions, that having a pure heart is not a weakness, but rather a hidden strength on the other side of her perceived grounded fortress. I love and adore this brave little girl, and I wish I could have told her all of this much earlier. Be kind to one another, we forget that a lot.
That is so beautiful. Oh.
One of my vulnerable moments. So.
Oh, definitely cherish that and come back to that.
Yes, absolutely.
That message from your
My younger
inside,
self.
Yes, to remind yourself that.
Most important thing is to remind yourself that you're enough and you're doing good, whatever life throws at you or whichever situation you find yourself in. So
Yeah, and I had one question I wanted to ask you before, was that how do you feel about your scar?
I don't.
Do you see yourself like physically differently, or
I don't care, to be honest. No, I think it's a good saying that the scar makes a man. In our case, a woman. I think so. No, I don't hide it. I don't, put things over it. I don't choose my outfits based on that.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, I rather like to show it, and for me, it like signifies that I always have a story to tell.
When I was 17, obviously as a teenager as well, I wanted
It's
to
harder.
be like everybody else. So
Yeah.
I started like covering with makeup. But now I'm like, this is what makes me me.
Exactly. Exactly
So
same.
why
Yeah.
am I hiding myself?
Yeah.
So I'm
I
so
also-
proud of you.
I also go to work with like the things or like outfits like that, so it isn't something embarrassing for me. I just rather like to show it and tell stories about it. So
What is one of the things you're gonna still like do this summer, or you're hoping to look forward to?
oh my god, this is so exciting. I'm really looking forward to my best friend's wedding.
Oh my god, are you a bridesmaid?
No, no, not per se.
Okay.
She doesn't have like bridesmaids as such, but it's going to be incredible, and they're two of my favorite people in the world. So I'm
That
excited.
is so nice. I'm hoping you're gonna wear a really nice dress so you can show off your scar.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah.
if it fits. But
I take it as well. It's like a jewelry, you know.
Yeah, it kind of is. It kind of is next to the other 100 of jewelries I have already. So, but yeah, this is I think the most prevalent one now, which is coming up.
That is so nice. I am so happy to see you glowing and
Thank you.
going through everything, and you're still like you finally found like no that you haven't found yourself before, but you have found the true version of yourself.
Yes, absolutely agree.
And I'm so happy to see that.
I never thought of that before because I'm pretty like sure of myself. I know my values and what I'm like and such. But after the surgery, it's changed completely. So.
Thank you
That's
for
really...
telling your story. Like, really, thank you for telling the
Thank
story.
You.
What
thank
you've
you
been
for hosting
through.
me.
I know it's not easy telling it, but you've taken up the courage for yourself and for others, because once you start reaching out for words and telling your story, it also gives a little piece of yourself away, yes. But you see that you're not alone.
Absolutely. I
Thank
agree.
you.
Thank you so much.